Constructive analysis and error analysis are two well-established approaches in the second language acquisition research that have been used to understand the cognitive and linguistic process involved in language learning. Contrastive analysis is concerned with comparing and contrasting the patterns and structures present in the first and second languages, while error analysis focuses on identifying and analyzing the mistake made by language learner. Both approaches have a long and rich history in SLA research, with different versions and modification proposed over the years by the various researchers. How errors were committed, and what is the relation towards second language acquisition. Errors are an inevitable part of language learning, and they often reflect the language learner's underlying cognitive and linguistic processes. In SLA, the process of language learning involves acquiring new grammatical structure, vocabulary, and pronunciation, which can lead to various. Error analysis is a systematic approach towards identifying and analyzing such mistakes and understanding their underlying causes and patterns. Error analysis has been shown to be an effective way to diagnose language and difficulties and create a comprehensive picture of a language learner preferences, as well as to identify areas where the learners need further assistance and instructions. What are the versions of contrastive analysis hypothesis and what are the criticism? The contrastive analysis hypothesis is a proposal that language learners use their first language as a point of reference when learning their second language, and that the first language knowledge can impact the learning of the second language grammar. This hypothesis has been supported by various studies but has also faced several criticisms. Contrastive analysis and error analysis are two key approaches in second language acquisition research, both of which aim to understand the cognitive process involved in language learning. Contrast analysis is concerned with comparing and contrasting the patterns and structure present in the first and second languages, while error analysis is focused on identifying and analyzing the mistake made by language learners. Both approaches are useful in SLA research and can implement each other to provide a more comprehensive understanding of the language acquisition process. However, it is important to note that the distinction between the two approaches is not always clear cut and that there is often overlap in their theoretical framework. Interlanguage theory is a linguistic theory that describes the mental and cognitive process involved in a second language learning. It posits the language learners go through different stages of language development as they acquire a second language, including the beginner stage, the intermediate stage, and the final stage, and the native speaker stage. The theory also emphasizes that the importance of contrastive analysis and error analysis in second language acquisition, which focus on the role of the first language in learning the second language and the identification and analysis of errors made by language learners, respectively.